Most people try to save money by making big changes.
But some of the biggest financial improvements often come from small changes repeated over time.
If you don't know us, I'm Larry.
I'm Hope.
And we're from Under the Median, where practical frugality meets real life.
Saving money doesn't always require drastic lifestyle changes. What it really means is a series of small financial habits that you consistently repeat, because over time, you're going to see that month after month, you are saving more money.
One of the easiest ways to overspend on groceries is to forget what you already have.
That's why it's really important to know what's in your pantry and to check that pantry before you ever walk out the door to go to the grocery store. Your pantry can actually be one of your best defenses against high grocery prices.
Over time, we've stocked it with items when they were on sale. We didn't pay full price for these. And we didn't purchase them when we urgently needed them. Most of the food sitting in our pantry was actually purchased below full price.
But this system only works if you know what's in there. And that is exactly why we organize our pantry like a small grocery store. We keep like items together, so all the canned goods are together, the pasta and the grains sit together in one area, baking supplies in another area, and that way we can quickly see exactly what we have on hand.
The whole idea is to be able to look at your pantry at a glance and within 30 seconds get a pretty good idea of what's in there and what you might need to purchase. Another helpful habit is keeping a simple pantry inventory.
I just printed this off because this week our goal is to re-inventory our pantry. We just reorganized the whole thing. It is a thing of beauty. And now it's time to make sure we know exactly what is in there. By the way, if you want a form like this, this is in our menu planning guide, and I'm going to make sure I leave a link for it in the video description.
Once you know for sure what's in your pantry, the next step is very important. You want to make sure that you cook the food that's in your pantry before it expires.
This is one of the ways to accidentally waste money. And it's not just the food that is in your pantry, it is the food that is in the refrigerator and the food that is in your freezer. There's no worse feeling than knowing that you are throwing perfectly good money out because you're throwing food that you've already paid for out into the garbage can because it is no longer usable.
The habit in our home that's made the big difference is creating a perishable food inventory.
The items with the shortest shelf life go all the way at the top of that list. We drag everything out of the refrigerator, the crisper, we put it all out on the counter. Then we make a list that is what? Say it with me, everybody. It is prioritized. So that you are using those items up that are closest to expiring first. Now, once we've made the inventory, I am almost always able to plan 3 to 4 days in a menu plan, and that is when the refrigerator even looks pretty doggone empty. Even when we feel like there's no food to eat in our house, so we grab that takeout menu and we start ordering takeout, or we go to the nearest drive-through and buy something because there's quote-unquote nothing to eat at home. There's almost always food in your home that you could eat, but you have to know what's there.
When we started doing this regularly, we found that we were actually saving 20% on our groceries.
Tell me in the comments, do you do a perishable food inventory, and have you found it to be as helpful as we have?
Once you're already cooking meals at home, there's another step you can take that will also save you more money. It's a very simple, easy step to take, and it will really help you out.
Here's the formula. You're going to make a full batch of one recipe. Before you serve it to your family, you're going to take out one portion, put it in some sort of a container, put it in the refrigerator. That's what you're going to take tomorrow for lunch. If you spend an average of $20 on each takeout meal or each lunch that you eat when you're at work, that means over the course of a week, you're spending $100. Multiply that by 52 weeks of the year, it's $5,200. Let's just say that the meal that you prepared, you take out your portion. Is that portion $2.50, maybe. For us, it's generally much less than that.
Yeah.
But we'll use $2.50 for our example. If you substitute that meal and use that for lunch the next day at work, and you do that 5 days a week, you will be saving over $4,500 in 1 year.
Another habit that helps us save money each week is to not purchase the item right away. And that way we put it on a replacement list. This gives us some time to check to see if it will go on sale or maybe even at a closeout price.
Because here's something important that we have discovered. When we purchase right away, instead of taking some time to think about it, that becomes an impulse buy. It's something we feel we have to do absolutely right away. But if we pause and we put that on the replacement list, oftentimes we either find it on sale or we find it from a friend or a family member that says, hey, I'm not even using this thing anymore. You can just have it. Or it becomes something that we're able to research and get exactly what we want because we have far less buyer's remorse because we've waited just a little bit longer.
Another habit to save money is to simply finish what you start. This means if you have a jar of something in the refrigerator, rather than replacing it with a brand new jar of the same item, finish that old jar first and then throw the jar out when you're done. And this is also true of bathroom supplies, and this is where we can really get messed up. We have a bathroom that has shampoo in it, and I think there's 4 shampoos that are at different levels of use.
Watch this. Okay, here's the shower. Shampoo number 1. Shampoo number 2. This is really gross shampoo. I think that's why it's still sitting up here. It's like, oh, there goes that one.
Number 3 went down.
Number 3 went down. That was the Head and Shoulders. And this is the Aussie Total Miracle Total Shampoo. 4 shampoos. Not even that many people use this shower. I don't know. Another habit that really helps is a weekly money check-in. This does not have to be complicated. It does not take very long. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. You're going to go to your online banking. You're going to open your bank account and you're going to do 3 things. You're going to look and see how much money is in the account. You're going to look and see how you spent your money in the past 7 days. And then you're going to think about what bills are due in the next 7 days and make sure there's enough money in that account to cover them. 3 steps, super easy. Now, we generally have a meeting every Sunday evening, takes us about 20 minutes, and there are more steps that we take to plan our income and our savings and our spending throughout the following 7 days. We just did a video and we told you the top 3 questions that we ask ourselves when we are having that meeting on Sunday evenings. That video might be super helpful for you to watch next. If you haven't watched it, it's right over there for you.